Good evening again, fellow humans. It is that time again where I speak. Very rare thing, but sometimes it happens. Now, within the last couple of weeks, there have been some big moments in my life personally, and not for the best of reasons. So that is the purpose of today's video, because I like to talk, but I don't find I have anyone to talk to. But at the same time, I think to myself, maybe this could be useful for someone else at the same time. Maybe this could give someone a bit of guidance, a bit of clarity. So that's the aim of the video, as is normal. Now, the occasions that I'm referring to, the incidents that have happened, unfortunately they've been, for lack of a better term, people or creatures leaving this world. I don't want to use any specific words because I don't know what is acceptable these days, but there you go. And personally, grief has always been something that I have struggled with. The last 10 years, I've lost a few very, very close people, and I've never dealt with it in the proper ways. I've never allowed myself to grieve, and I think that is something that quite a lot of people do. We bottle it down, we lock it up, and we don't deal with things properly. For the majority, I know there are some people out there that can muster it up and can absolutely slay it, but the sad reality of the fact is that nobody is prepared for it. Nobody is ever prepared for people that we care about, people that mean a lot to us, animals that mean a lot to us. And on one part, I'm not just referencing myself with this, this is also the experience of someone else that I find myself being close to. But we never know how to deal with it. We never know how to cope when something happens. Because unfortunately life sometimes is very blunt in the way that it does things to us. It's very short and sharp. And sometimes we just don't see things coming. We really don't. We are completely and utterly blindsided by what life throws at us. And I think that's the big issue. We're never prepared for it because we just don't see it happening. We don't see these things as a possibility. One day, someone that you know, someone that you care about, is completely fine. They are walking around and talking and engaging their activities as precisely as normal. There's nothing different. There's nothing off. And the next day, they're gone. They are simply gone. And you think about it, and you think about what were your last words to that person? What was the last impression that you made? Was it good? Was it a happy moment? Was it an unhappy moment? And you find yourself wondering that. And that's preceded by so many questions And all you can do is wonder, all you can do is ask. And then soon enough, you can't ask anymore because you know that you'll never get the answers. And I think this is where, and it's thrown around so much, it really is, it is, dare I say it, overused at this point. The motto of the people that you love, the people that you care about, tell them, because you never know what could happen. And I would like to think that the people that we care about in this world will have years and years and years, and we'll always have an opportunity for a good long while. But the sad reality of it is that that's not the case. We can't do that. We can't say that we will have years with a person, with a creature. A person that seems completely healthy can be gone in an instant. And you've lost that chance. And I personally, I will admit, I am a bit of a hypocrite in this respect. I don't do that, unfortunately. Not sure why, but that's just me. But the advice is key. It really is. There are so many people in this world that mean so much to us. And we may lose people along the way, not in that respect, but we may lose contact with people, we may, whatever it may be, we may just stop talking to people, we may grow apart. But always remember, let people know that you cherish them. If someone does something for you that resonates deeply, let them know. Let them know what they mean to you for that action, for that, whatever it might be. Thank them. And as for loved ones, tell them every day. You see so many stories of people losing loved ones in the news. You see so many stories of just atrocity. And you have to wonder, did those people, were they told that they were loved? Were they told how much they meant? And it's that kind of thing. We really do need to let people know, because at some point, as I've said before, we will lose that chance. And when that chance is gone, the only person that we can take anger out on ourselves and it's no way to deal with things. Fear of losing people, fear to admit reality, to embrace it, it's a horrible thing. Admitting and accepting the fact that at some point those that we love, those that we care about will be gone. And it is a difficult thing to admit and to accept, but maybe it's a positive. Maybe it is, because then it means that we cherish the little moments even more. And I think that ultimately is the best way to go, the best path forward. Admitting that one day we are going to have to say goodbye, whether it be in their final moments or after they're gone. One way or another, we are going to have to say goodbye, and it will always be hard. People like to say, oh, things get easier after time. The more you deal with something, the easier it gets. I disagree, I don't think it does. It never gets easier. But preparing for it is good. Let people know that you love them. Let people know that you care about them. Let people know that you are thankful for them, for possibly the opportunities they've given you, for the kindness that they've shown to you. Anything, doesn't matter how big or small. Let people know. Because not only could you not get a chance to say those things to them, you could lose the chance to say anything. And that's even worse. Because then those people will be left wondering, did they have a good chance? Did they have a good impact on you? Were they positive in your life? And the cycle just repeats. Whether it be personal or whether it be for others, the cycle always repeats. And ultimately, opening up about loss, about grief, is something that we need to do. Remember good times, remember positives. Focus on not the fact that they're gone, but the fact that you had them in your life. Focus on the positives of their memory. Because at the end of the day, I can't speak for everyone, but I like to think, or I like to hope, that if I were to go tomorrow, I would like to hope that people thought positively of me. If I were to leave this world, one way or another, I would hope that people had positive things to say about me. I know it wouldn't be all positive, but I think that's something that we all strive for, is simply knowing that we left some positive impact on the people that were around us. And I think it's that hope that needs to help guide the way we act when it comes to interacting with people that we love and that we care about. Remind them of how much they mean to us, but give them the reasons why. Let them know what they've done for you. Let them know how they impacted you. And just remember that every single day you'll meet new people, and there's a chance that every single day, every single second, that someone will leave us. And it's a harsh reality to face. But it gives us opportunities. It does. It gives us the chance to share our appreciation. It gives us the chance to let people know. And ultimately, I think that's a good way to live. Being open about our appreciation. Ultimately, grief is a horrible thing to go through. It really is. Grief is... it's immensely difficult. I don't think anyone on earth could say otherwise. And the cause of the loss can make it easier, it can make it worse, it can make it more difficult. If someone leaves us when they're a lot older, they've had a longer, fuller life, they've not had too much in the way of struggles, it's easier. It's a lot easier. But if there is a long struggle with illness or something like that, it's worse. And if it's sudden, with no causes, no reasons, or I say causes, everything has a cause, but I mean more out of the blue. Something just happens, and that is a lot worse. But grief is always difficult. That is a fact that will never change. Grief and loss are horrible. And so that brings me back to an earlier point. Talk about it. Share memories. It's inevitable that it's going to happen, but focus on the positives. As hard as it is, and I've said this, focus on the fact that it happened. Focus on the fact that you have those memories. Be thankful for it existing in the first place. Don't curse the fact that it's gone. And I know that's difficult. It really is, but being thankful is better than being hateful. It helps the grieving process out a lot. And I think ultimately that is the key. Finding the best way to deal with grief for you as an individual. Because we are all individuals. We are all 100% unique in every single way. So as much as I hope that nothing will happen in the near future, you just never know. So remember, keep yourself up. It's going to be a rough ride and it's going to be a difficult time ahead, but if you are going to go through those stages of grief, remember what I've spoken about. Try and pick out positives from what I've said. And hopefully it won't be too difficult for you. I know it will always be tough, I know it will always be difficult, but I hope that some way, if you do go through this, when you go through this, I hope that this can help make it a little bit easier, and I hope that you struggle less with it. And with that being said, fellow humans, that is me done for today. So, I will wish you goodbye.